Okay, it's 15 March 2010. Ike's Garage. Weather's coming around. I'm coming to life. This is my 1977 FX-1200 Harley. Trying to make it look old school. This seat here is the newer seat that I'm putting on. I had a smaller three-corner seat in the garage. Trying to find it, but won't find it in time for this little video clip. But it's on a pogo mount. This I welded up this kind of ugly looking bracket. I'll dress it up and everything and make it look pretty. But that's a pogo mount. You can tell it's kind of rusty because I've been riding the bike over the last couple of weeks. It's been winter here and it's been cold, like 27 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. But I had to get out and ride. Couldn't help myself. So what I'm working on right now is this thing here. I fabricated this up out of some square tube stock. This kind of thing right here. There's the seat that my brother had given me. That was the one I used as a template for this seat here. I know I'm bouncing around. It's anyway, so I'm going to put some studs around here. I'll do that a little bit later. And then I'm going to get a nice concho like they've got on the new Softails, maybe that star thing, and then cut some leather and braid some leather on that. So back to this tube structure. I don't know if anybody's going to like this or not. I'm very utilitarian, but that's about how that's going to go on the bike. Like that. It'll sit more level than that. I'm going to leverage the cylindrical shape pieces that I turned on the lathe down here. There's 4 points, and I'm actually going to tack that into place on the bike and then take everything apart. First I've got to take the sorry about the phone in the background there. I'll take the saddlebags off, tack that into place. I got to put some shielding on it so I don't spatter on the bike. These little pieces of square stock I cut on my bandsaw. Took this piece of 1/2 inch and just put that on the guard there, and then clamped that with a couple of vice grip style clamps. Measured in, cut off little 1/2 inch chunks. And the reason why I need these is if you'll notice right here, this bracket that holds the fender on this pivot point up here. Right, it doesn't fit in there very well, this square tube. I tried heating it up and bending it, but it really made it look ugly. So what I'm going to do is weld those pieces onto the end of this 1/2 inch square tube, and then I'm going to dress them a little bit. I'm going to grind it so that it fits down into that slot, and then when it sits nicely on there, I'm going to tack that into place again, take that off, and weld that up. Now this, again, I'm very utilitarian. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but what I ended up doing, this is my caveman or poor man's version of a square tubing bender. I had a 1 inch diameter bolt piece segment that I had, and then 2 big washers from the hardware store. I had to drill those out a little bit to a 1 inch diameter. I got a 1 inch diameter bit, and drilled that out, put the pieces of tube in between there to keep that spacing, and then welded it top and bottom. I know it's ugly, but it works. And then there's a little flat spot on that washer on both those sides that I ground off. Put that up against there, welded it on that round spot, and then I took this, put it down into this big beater vise, clamped it in there, stick the tubing straight down inside that along here, put a piece of piping, not this pipe, a little bit smaller than that pipe, put a piece of pipe over, just kind of slowly bend it around. So as you can see, it's not perfect, and some of you people that look at this stuff will kind of scoff about the stretching of the metal, but again, this is kind of my rat bike. I want it to look real old school and look like it was manufactured back in the 50s and 60s, and I'm having a good time. The cylinder heads have been redone, the pistons and rings and The whole top end's been redone. She still leaks a bit of oil. I got some cleanup to do on that, but all in all, she rides real well. Really having a good time with her. So that's my bike right now. Oh, and since you've seen the bike in the past, there was no windshield on her. I got a windshield from a guy. We went to a swap meet, and he had this windshield for $80. I didn't have the money on me at the time, and called him up. He gave me his business card a couple weeks later, said, "You still got it?" He said, "Yep." And that's actually got the quick release mounts on it. So I got the quick release brackets and the windshield for $80. So a lot of really good, inexpensive stuff going into this bike. My brother had these pegs right here. These are the original Harley rubber pegs that go on there. I might change those out to the pads so that you know, your feet set on there, and then I'll have to change the shifters and you know, the brake, you know, all that stuff. But bottom line, she's coming along good. Got a little bit of a problem with the exhaust still, where I didn't realize that the front here, right up in there, was cracked, so the stud doesn't stay up in there. I'll fix that. Right now I got her wired with some baling wire to hold her on. Yeah, see that? That's got to be brought up and cinched up. But she's riding, man. I got to get out and ride her. She wants to be on the road. That's what we got so far. Ike's Garage, 15 March 2010. See ya.